start off with the USA's 13 coolest college towns. Back to school is seriously cool with food, nightlife, and art scenes that are anything but elementary. Now, these 13 spots are the best college towns in the U.S. to visit this fall, according to Jet Setter. Topping the list is Eugene, Oregon, where Animal House was filmed. Athens, Georgia came in second, where REM and the B-52s got their start. Then Minneapolis, Minnesota, followed by the only California town to make the list, Santa Cruz, Madison, Wisconsin, Bozeman, Montana, Ithaca, New York, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Charlottesville, Virginia, Burlington, Vermont, Oxford, Mississippi, Williamsburg, Virginia, and rounding out the top 13 is Ann Arbor, Michigan, where football season is no joke. Let's continue our special travel series to Puerto Vallarta, where it's easier than ever to visit thanks to new nonstop flights for last-minute deals. Now here's Marco Gutierrez with more on themed vacations with great prizes.
Puerto Vallarta is home to over 350 restaurants, ranging from internationally renowned establishments to mom-and-pop eateries, offering special delicacies and local dishes that have been handed down for generations. For a more active culinary adventure, try a guided walking or bicycle taco tour and taste a variety of tacos while getting to know the city's historic downtown area. Or opt for the evening taco tour to start the night off right. And that's exactly what we did with Puerto Vallarta Food Tours.
Cool, so Manuel, you just brought us to the first street taco cart, right? So where are we at? What are we gonna find here?
What we have in here at Tacos Don Juan is what we know as taco de cabeza. So what we have in is beef cheek in a taco, basically with cilantro and onions, and with a nice tomatillo base also.
Cool, so we're gonna try some cabeza, some beef cheek. These are gonna be extra delicious for us. So good. The salsa is spicy too. All right, Manuel, tell me about this next spot we're at. What's the history? What's the specialty where we're at here?
So this is Memo's Grill, and what we have in here is Volcan, which is where taco and tostada meets, which is basically a handmade tortilla, toasted on the grill with some asadero cheese and carne asada, which is beef skirt steak right off the grill with mesquite.
Volcano in English. All right, let's try them. Let's check them out.
En otra parte les llaman vampiros, aquí nosotros le llamamos volcanes. Es típico de aquí de Vallarta.
So this is Mariscos La Tia, and what we have in here is the smoked marlin taco. It's a flour tortilla with a nice crispy smoked marlin, shredded lettuce, and a creamy chipotle dressing. Right, Mariscos La Tia started in 1975. It's a big family. They own 3 more locations around the city, but this one was the original one. These guys have a restaurant and a food stand here. They have an amazing selection of seafood here. Sal de Patras jump backwards is the local remedy for hangovers. So this is a beautiful shrimp broth with the smoked marlin and caramelized onions.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is amazing.
Okay, so Manuel brought us to the last stop on the taco tour. Why is this the last stop for us today?
They say we save the best for last. So it's carboncito, and what we have in here is taco al pastor, the king of all tacos here. Alright, so taco al pastor started in the late 30s when we had a lot of immigrants from Lebanon that came to Mexico and started selling shawarma in the streets of Puebla. Shawarma eventually evolved into what we know first as taco árabe, which is a fusion of the original shawarma, which is lamb, with the Mexican way, which is a taco with salsas. And then we changed the protein from lamb to pork. So what you see right here is pork loin steaks marinated overnight. Then they stack them up one by one on this vertical rotisserie. They add the pineapple at the top, and not part of the original recipe, but it was added in Mexico City, which is a great creation, and it's a taco that is always present in Mexico.
Puerto Vallarta is currently celebrating its centennial and has partnered with local hotels and airlines to provide the best last-minute deals. For more information and to book a trip, visit puertovallarta.com.
And coming up next, Love Gilda is a touching documentary that brings the writings and audio tapes straight from Gilda Radner to life. Director Lisa D'Appolito uncovers the beloved comedian's talent and loving human nature through interviews of past and current comedians and joins us in studio.
Hi, I'm Gilda Radner, and, okay, now.
I can't believe this is her handwriting.
This is a real honor. Like, seriously, this is huge.
Are these actually her papers? Like what she...
This is, Gilda Radner, her voice and her writing.
She was the very first performer chosen for the cast of Saturday Night Live.
From the time I was a kid, I loved to pretend.
I can't imagine how I got famous. I just took the next job and millions of people were watching me do it.
There was so much in the world that had yet to be carved out for women.
The guys weren't saying, hey, let's think of a way to put Gilda in the sketch. But she was always funny.
I suppose being in the thick of it, I don't even realize what strides we were making.
Boom, ba, ba, boom.
The ratings turned them from, what, 2 million into 5 million? 30 million?
But I mean, they just loved her.
The pressure was enormous.
I don't even think we knew the words eating disorder.
Gene created a family atmosphere. He made her feel that she deserved life.
I always felt
I can do anything if people are laughing.
One morning, she just said, something's wrong with me.
the comedian who does all this stupid stuff gets the most unfunny thing in the world.
How often do we get to know what we're actually made of?
She felt that she could be of help, and that's exactly what she did.
I've never wanted to be anything else.
Everything she did, you could tell she was having a lot of fun.
Gilda Radner had a great time.
People want to know, well, what made you funny? And I know what made me funny.
My biggest motivation has always been love.
Well, if you're a fan of SNL, then I'm sure you remember Rosanna Dana. Love Gilda is a touching documentary that brings the writings and audio tapes straight from Gilda Radner to life. Director Lisa D'Appolito joins us in studio to talk about this exciting new release. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Hi, Heather. Thank you so much for having me here. It's really, really nice of you.
I got emotional, when I saw the trailer, and I obviously read her autobiography. It's just such an incredible story. But believe it or not, there's a lot of people that don't know who Gilda Radner is. I mean, how would you describe Gilda Radner for the younger generation?
Well, if you Google best female comedians of all time or best cast members of Saturday Night Live, you'll get Gilda. She's definitely on the 1 to 10 list. So Saturday Night Live was really based on this whole amazing people who started in Canada on Godspell and then went to Second City and then National Lampoon. So there was this comedy community, and the rest is kind of history.
So many of her characters, I know she based them on real life people and then truly, brought them to life. And I just feel like it's just such a talent that, is living on every day. Like, you could watch her sketches now and still be laughing and rolling.
She was highly intelligent and highly acute of observing people. She just loved doing what she was doing, and I think there's something about it that people just loved her as much as she loved doing what she was doing.
I know you interviewed a lot of, modern day comedians and famous ones, and, what has been their reaction?
Well, I waited until the film was in a rough cut phase and I knew exactly what Gilda's story was. So I had this long list of people inspired by Gilda. And I think Melissa and Maya and Amy and Bill Hader, who's a guy who I didn't expect to have such a connection to her, they just adore her.
And how did you get involved in this? I mean, were you a fan, or what brought you to do the documentary?
I was working in an advertising agency in production, and I started doing fundraising videos for Gilda's Club. When Gilda was diagnosed, I think in 1987, people weren't so open about talking about cancer. So she was really on a mission to sort of make it a common thing that people would be open and talk about it and not be afraid of it. So when she appeared on It's Gary Shandling's show, she made cancer jokes, and everyone says that that's like the first time somebody who was a celebrity was so out there. And when she died, her husband, Gene Wilder, opened up Gilda's Club in New York City, which is a cancer support community. And there's 18 of them throughout the country, and they continue to help and support people with cancer and their families. So Gilda's legacy kind of lives on.
How can they see the film if they want to go see it?
Well, it'll be out in theaters in September, and then it will be a national release on CNN sometime in 2019.
Well, that's wonderful, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks again for being on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. This was great.
October is here, and with it comes a whirlwind of festivities and preparations. Lifestyle expert Yvette Rios is here to share everything you need for a stress-free season with her fall finds.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. And yes, I've partnered with some really great brands to help make the fall season a breeze.
And Yvette has some finds to help busy families.
Well, I understand how busy life can be. I've got 2 young kids and all their activities, which is why Bush's Sidekicks are now part of our meal routine. They're pre-seasoned, slow-simmered beans that are packed with flavor, and they make mealtime so much easier. We love making bowls in our family so everyone can kind of customize their own. The Taco Fiesta beans are perfect for taco bowls like this, and the rustic Tuscany chickpeas paired with feta, couscous, and olives make a delicious Mediterranean bowl. And the best part is they're ready to eat straight from the can. Now, I love products that help me work smarter and not harder, and my favorite cleaner is Zepp's heavy-duty citrus degreaser mist. It's got a natural citrus formula that cuts through grease on countertops and even on grills. And for tougher jobs, Zepp's industrial purple degreaser mist is perfect for tackling tough oil and dirt, and it works so well as a laundry pre-treater. Both of them come in a VOC-free Flairosol bottle, which gives a nice fine mist to get to all those hard-to-reach areas. They're available now at Lowe's, and they will make cleaning easier and more efficient.
Staying connected is always important, especially during this coming holiday season.
For sure, staying connected is a must, and with TracFone, you get the same Verizon network at a great value with no contracts. And now with their latest enhancements to their unlimited talk and text plans, you get 2 times the data for the same price. So that's like getting 20 gigabytes for just $40. Plus, you now get hotspot access for shopping on the go, and with unlimited carryover data, your data rolls over with any active plan from month to month. And it's also the perfect gift because you can give someone a phone with prepaid service.
And what is Yvette's go-to one-stop shop?
Well, Target is my go-to for all things fall. They have all my favorite holiday flavors like pumpkin spice oat or pecan pie, whipped toppings. I use it on my coffee and even on desserts. And to add some spookiness to your yard, the Little Lewis Pumpkin Halloween Ghoul is a must-have, and there's even an 8-foot version for a big statement. You can get completely Halloween ready with candy and costumes for the whole family starting at just $15. And don't forget to join Target Circle for free to snag the best deals on all your purchases.
To get more info on all these items and much more, go to inthenews.tv. I'm David Wiley for Coast to Coast.
Slave to Nothing exists really to free people from enslavement to substance abuse or other folks and other people. Our primary purpose, our focused areas is substance abuse and victims of human trafficking. To be able to pull off a feat like this is pretty uncommon. It takes a lot of people that are really dedicated to the mission. We are fortunate enough that all of our expenses, all of our costs are all underwritten by In-N-Out Burger. So that means that all these initiatives, these events, these campaigns, every single dollar, down to the very last cent that we raise, goes straight back out to the organizations that we support. Tonight's theme is the not another. And that's a resounding theme and message that we refuse to allow another person to lose their life needlessly to substance abuse. We're sold out, so we're over, we're over 1,000 attendees. Yeah, completely sold out really quickly. Certainly there's a desire to, come see some of the big headliners. So the first band that we had up tonight was a band called Hippies and Cowboys, and they're from Nashville, Tennessee. Awesome. They're awesome band. They're an awesome band. And next we're gonna have the In-N-Out Burger House Band. That's 48 Special. So that band is made up from various members within the company. Lindsay's in the band. Her husband Sean. And then finally tonight we'll close it out with the legendary Goo Goo Dolls. But the unique thing about what we're also doing is our desire to bring people into the conversation, and so awareness is the other piece to that. And you'll see tonight here that we have our tribute wall, and our tribute wall is to pay in memory of those that have lost their lives to substance abuse. Today, everybody's been impacted. Everybody's having to feel the weight of losing lost loved ones, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here. We're really trying to bring people in to understand that this is preventable and we can do something about it. Yeah, absolutely. You can visit slavetenothing.org is probably the best, fastest way to get in connection with us. That's slavetenothing.org. We're convinced that lives can be saved, and that's what we want to do.
Believe it or not, Halloween is almost here. Are you looking for some fun decoration ideas for a party or just to get into the Halloween mood? Well, party pro Melissa DiNapoli has some easy 10-minute indoor holiday decor ideas.
Party City, we make it really easy to get that spooky vibe really quickly at home. We have a great selection of skeletons. You can see behind me, we have our skeleton here with the pumpkin. We have a great selection of fog machines and misters. So right here on this table, this pumpkin and this little skeleton here are actually doing double duty for us. They're not only cute and really fun, but they're adding to that vibe with the fog and the mist. You can't go wrong with any of our tombstones. And then right here we have this great pop-up coffin. This pop-up coffin takes seconds to assemble, and you can just throw a skeleton in it and you'll have a great spooky vibe.
And if you're looking for the most popular costumes of 2024, Melissa has some great ideas for adults and kids.
For our popular costumes this year, we're seeing a lot of Western glam themes. So right behind me, I have this great female costume, tons of fringe, sparkles, really get that Western glam vibe. We have a great apocalyptic cowboy costume back here. And then you can see this great skeleton costume is actually really easy if you're not interested in getting too dressed up. It's a onesie and it glows in the dark. And for kids, we have our firefighter, our witch, and our cowboy. And honestly, we have a ton of licensed product at Party City, and movies are a huge trend this year. You can't go wrong.
And don't think costumes are just for Halloween. Melissa says there are a number of ways to reuse a kid's costume throughout the year.
Think beyond Halloween. These are great for your kiddos to keep for dress up all year round. If they want to have a themed birthday party, think about those school spirit days. And if you want to use them for Halloween next year, you just have to change up some of the accessories and make it your own.
You can find all the items Melissa talked about at your local Party City and at partycity.com. We wish you a spooky, fun, and safe Halloween. I'm David Wiley for Coast to Coast.
And that's it for us. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.